Okay, guys, this is going to be, for all practical purposes, the last of the busted videos. You know, some people might have thought I was beat dead horse. My goodness, I've done a dozen of them now by my count. I just want to show you why I did as many as I did. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this for the sake of, hopefully, if you're a Jehovah's Witness, you will leave the Watchtower after seeing this. You will leave the Watchtower and come to Christ. You will realize that your organization is beyond deceitful. It is anything but God's faithful and discreet slave. It is anything but God's visible organization on earth. That it, you know, rather than adapt, change its theology to fit the Bible, it changes the Bible to fit its theology. Hoping you realize that your theology is anything but what the apostles preached. And basically, reason why I've done so many videos is because I don't want to. If you don't leave the Watchtower after seeing all these videos, it is not because I did not absolutely throw the kitchen sink at the Watchtower in doing these videos. Now I have a clip here. Remember, anybody who has even remotely watched wrestling probably remembers Macho Man Randy Savage, and might remember the Ultimate Warrior. These guys had a retirement match. Loser had to retire, of course. Retirements only last for about 10 minutes after the guy heals up and takes a bit of a break in WWE land. But putting that aside, they had a retirement match about 20 years ago. It's a great match, real good back and forth stuff. Macho Man got the Ultimate Warrior down, and his finisher was a flying elbow drop. He dropped not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 elbows on the Ultimate Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior still got up after all that. In other words, if he didn't beat the Ultimate Warrior, his rationale was, it's not because I didn't throw the kitchen sink at him. And after the second and third and fourth elbow drop, it's almost like, all right, we get the point. But I just want you to know why I did as many videos as I did. I want there not to be a shadow of a doubt in your mind that this organization is run by a bunch of skunks who change the Word of God to their doctrines. So moving on from there, I want to take a look at Matthew 25:46. These will depart, Jesus is talking about the sheep and the goats. These will depart into everlasting cut off, yeah, but the righteous ones into everlasting life. Here's the word, kalesis. They insist that it should be rendered lopping off, forgetting that the Bible was written in Koine Greek, not classical Greek. Kalesis meant lopping off in classical Greek, not Koine, not that dialect, not the dialect of Greek. I've made this point time and time again. Greek scholar Julian Manti, who the Watchtower misused his quotes in some of their literature, said he found the word kalesis 108 times in first century Greek literature. Never once did that word mean cutting off. It always had to do with chastisement, punishment. So with this in mind, take a look at how the Watchtower puts Matthew 25:46 into their Greek New World Translation. And these shall receive eternal... Does that look like kalesis, that last word I highlighted? Let's bring up Google Translate here. Put that phrase into it. And they will be forever cut off. Eternally, there's eternally, and there's cut off. Echope. That's the word here. Echope. Does it look like kalesis? Sure doesn't. They take a word that actually means cutting off and replace the word kalesis with that word. Wow. But Mike, maybe that's not the most current way to say, maybe that kalesis isn't a modern Greek word. Okay, here's the dumbed down modern Greek Bible. Let's see how they render it. Let's put it in. Google Translate goes on the front sometimes. Colossi. That's the same word, slightly different, but it's the same. Colossi, kalesis, eternal hell. And then Google renders kalesis hell. Yeah, so that's it. The Watchtower busted again, and may this be the last elbow I drop on them. And unlike the Ultimate Warrior, Watchtower ain't getting up from this. I'll see you in the next couple of days for, shall we say, an epilogue. And it'll be finally time for me to move on to other topics and Jehovah's Witnesses.